Hi guys, so this video is going to be about special cases of arrangement. If you want to know the basic cases, I've already done a video named permutations and combinations where I've done the basic patterns. But in this video, we'll do exclusively only about the circular arrangements. So let's just get started. If I take two cases, that is, one is a normal case where I have five people and I have to stand them in a row, and now we have a circular table and again I have five people whom I have to seat here, right? So in this case, if I take the person as A, B, C, D, E, so A will have five choices. He can stand here, 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 or anywhere. So that means A has five choices. Next B will come. B will have four choices. C will have 3, 2 and 1. That means my answer will be 5 factorial ways. So if 5 people have to stand here in a row, they will have 5 factorial ways to stand. But if in case we have a circular seating, now if A comes and sits first, A can sit here, here, here or anywhere. But all these cases are same because there is no starting or ending point defined in a circle. Even if A sits here or if he sits here, it is same because if A is sitting here and if I draw another case, same seating arrangement, and suppose A is sitting here. Now if I rotate this, A will again come here. That means this arrangement is not changing. We are just changing the angle of looking at the arrangement. So A has only one choice. Wherever he sits, it will be considered as one case only. So now next B will come. Now B will have four choices because A has defined a point on the circle. So now B will have four choices, C will have three choices. So that means in case of a circular arrangement, my total cases will be 5 minus 1 factorial. That is 4 factorial. So in normal cases, n is 5, so answer will be 5 factorial. In circular cases, if I have n equals to 5, my answer will be n minus 1 factorial. So that is 4 factorial. So this was the difference between the normal arrangement and a circular arrangement, and now we'll understand it with the help of some questions. Right. So first question is, in how many ways can 5 boys and 4 girls be seated around a circular table so that two particular girls are always together? So I have 5 boys and 4 girls. 5 boys, 4 girls, and 2 girls have to be seated together only, right? They don't have to be separate. So I draw a table, right? So I have 9 people, but out of these, 2 have to be seated together. That means I have total now 7 people left. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So I have 7 of them and 2 of them. So that means I'll take a separate place for 2. So for 2 girls, I am considering only one place because they always have to be seated together, right? This is only one place. Although there are 2 girls, but I am taking it as one place because they have to sit together. So in total now I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 places. So I told you if n equals to 8, my answer will be n minus 1 factorial. So I can arrange these 8 places in 7 factorial ways, that is 8 minus 1 factorial ways. Now these 2 girls can also be arranged in 2 factorial ways. That means if I have the girls as A and B, they can sit as AB or BA. So that means they can also be arranged within themselves. So the final answer will be 7 factorial into 2 factorial, right? So you just have to consider this, that whenever you have the number as n, the arrangements will be n minus 1 factorial ways. So moving on to the next question. In how many ways can a party of 4 men and 4 women be seated at a circular table so that no 2 women are adjacent to each other? right? So now we have no two women are adjacent to each other. This is my restriction. So again I'll draw a table, circular table, and now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 places, right? But I know that I have to make the arrangement as follows, that two women are never seated together. So that means if I have 4 women and 4 men, so in between every 2 women there has to be 1 man. So women can be seated as follows, and now in these 4 places men can be seated. So these 4 women can themselves be arranged in 4 factorial ways, and these 4 men can also be arranged in not 4 factorial ways, they can be arranged in 3 factorial ways, because it is a circular table. So if I take that the first person who is coming to sit here will be a man. So the men can be arranged in 3 factorial ways, because the first man will have only one choice. Now he has defined the table, so the women will have 4 factorial ways only. But if I take that first a woman will be sitting here, so that means women will have 3 factorial ways to sit and men will have 4 factorial ways. So answer will not change. So answer will be 4 factorial into 3 factorial, that is 24 into 6, that is 144 ways. So answer will be 144 ways. Okay. So now this was a circular arrangement, and in circular arrangement there is also another special case, that is of a garland or necklace. Now in case of a garland, or I'll take a necklace, so suppose this is a thread of the necklace and I have 4 beads here, that is one is this, one is this, one is this and this, right? So these are 4 different beads. So if I have to arrange them, so I'll if you think about the circular table, you will say that we can arrange them in 3 factorial ways because n is 4, right? So now here comes another concept, that is clockwise and anti-clockwise. Now here what will happen, if you arrange these, there will come a case where this place is filled by the black one, this is filled by this, then this, then this. Now if you observe it carefully, if I rotate this clockwise, this bead will come here, that is here, this will come here, that is here, this will come here, and this will come here. So that means this case is same as this case. So that means I will have 2 cases that are same, because this is the anti-clockwise version of this. So that means when I am doing a question on necklace or garland, I will have to divide my total ways by 2, because this will lead to double counting. So in order to avoid the double counting of these cases, I will have to divide my answer by 2. So calculate your answer as per the circular arrangement and then divide that final answer by 2. You will get the correct answer. So we'll just do one more question for this also, so that you don't have any doubt. Four flowers have to be together always, right? So again, if I draw the places, I will have 1, 2, 3, 4, because 4 have to be together, so left over are 4. So 4 will be here, the 4 places are for these different 4. And now I will have a separate place for the 4 who are together. So in total I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places. Now these 5 places can be arranged in how many ways? 5 minus 1 factorial, that is 4 factorial. And again, these 4 can be arranged in 4 factorial, because in this place separately I have 4 flowers, so these 4 flowers can also be arranged in 4 factorial ways, because they have defined the table, so they will not have 3 factorial ways, they will have 4 factorial only. I've considered the circular case here only, right? So 4 factorial into 4 factorial divided by 2, why? Because this is a case of a Garland, so I have to avoid double counting of clockwise and anti-clockwise cases. So these were the special cases of circular arrangements. I hope you have understood the topic, and if you haven't seen the basics yet, you can go to my earlier video on PNC. So thank you so much for watching, and see you soon.